Good day, everyone. This is David Ellis, and I'm here with Amy Kruzik on the IHN podcast. And yeah, we're underwater today.
We
It's
are.
kinda
Wait,
cool.
wait. I gotta put on something. Okay, I'm ready now. It's this kind of day.
You're good, Amy?
I'm good.
Everything's good. All
I
right.
think I need to wear these today under the water, you know?
Okay, so guys, we are underwater today, and we're doing the Wellness and Spiritual Trends Part 3. We did 2 episodes of this, and we're going to stay on this topic because there's a lot to discuss on this topic. I want to make an announcement before we begin, and probably an announcement at the end of this broadcast. We're rebranding Universal Citizen Media, for those of you who remember Universal Citizen Media from 2017, into the Roundtable Wellness Guild. So if you are on Facebook and all of a sudden things have changed, you will notice that we have rebranded it to the Roundtable Wellness Guild. And the reason why that is because, well, it's 2026 and we've decided to spruce up ourselves and so on.
Yeah.
In addition to which, the UCM community will be open and rebranded to the Roundtable Wellness Guild. So that for those of you who don't know, that's a private space where you guys can come in if you are a practitioner, if you are a client, and actually ask questions and get questions answered and stuff like that. Because to be quite honest, healthcare ain't cheap. Business tools are not cheap. And so we give that stuff away for free inside that private space where Facebook and Instagram and all these people can't touch. They can't censor, they can't touch. And that's why it was created. All right, Amy.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you inside that community. Okay. So today, the topic is going to be, are we chasing wellness and spirituality, or are we avoiding life? When does self-improvement become self-obsession? So instead of, and can I just say something else? Have you ever noticed that the more we're told to like optimize ourselves, the more exhausted we become? And it becomes a full-time job. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Health used to be a very simple thing. Back in the day, health was like, don't die.
Yeah, don't die.
All right. Now health has become a very complex thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because back in the day, in the Middle Ages and so on, oh no, your teeth, you probably had a couple of cavities, and that's not a problem, right?
Yeah. Rub some whiskey on it.
Yeah, you may have had some acne or whatever else and so on. Now, in today's age, 2026, you have to be the model specimen. And the thing about it, it's all cosmetic, okay? Yeah. Because how you look does not determine how healthy you are. There are a lot of people who are muscular and shiny looking. And believe me, under the hood is nothing that you want any part of. Okay?
Yeah, I agree. Oh my God, where was I going to go with this? So there have been like athletes who are very fit that just keel over.
Yes.
Yeah. And you think, well, look at that. They're optimizing
fitness influencers
themselves
as well. Yeah, fitness influencers as well.
Yes. So
Atkins died of a heart attack.
Yes. See, I just think that this is where it all comes down to our DNA.
It does.
I just think that is, and our environments, and blah blah blah, stress, all that, jobs, all that.
Yeah, as I said, health is a very complex thing.
Yeah, it really is.
So the factors that go into health are numerous. Okay, diet plays a part, but you could have the best diet in the world, but if you live in a toxified environment, it's kind of like 1 step forward and 6 steps back, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so the environment that you live in is important. So you want to detoxify your house. You want to be able to do something about the environment that you live in. Now, let's say that you live in a perfectly detoxified house and your diet is on point, if your mind is not in the right frame of mind, believe me, the internal state that you have will make you sick. Okay? So
And
you have this perfectly detoxified house, and then you have, oh my God, the best diet. You have a chef that cooks for you, but you have a man or a woman stressing you out every day inside your house.
or they don't bathe, and you have this clean house.
Right? And right, hygiene plays a part. Thank you.
Yes.
So, as an example, you may have a situation where people are not as hygienic as they should be, and then you may have an issue with that. So there is what we these are the things that we're talking about, okay?
Oh,
And hygiene is different across the board. Okay,
yeah.
so let's say you don't wash your hands.
Yeah. Hygiene.
You don't wash your hands, but you're eating stuff, you're gonna take pathogens inside your body. There's that as well.
I wanted to bring up something. Just came to my mind, and you might know about this.
Sure.
We were talking about foods and stuff. The blue zone. What is this blue zone?
The blue zone is places in the earth where people live on average longer than anybody else. And they call them the blue zones because, well, their diet and so on seems to have prolonged life and longevity in these areas. So the blue zones are important because we could learn a lot from them. Okay. Yeah. Because the blue zones typically have less pollution.
Yep.
The diets are simpler. They eat a lot of whole foods.
Yep.
And they tend to live longer. Okay. Yeah. And they have obviously less stress because I get the feeling, and this is just a hypothesis. If you are the kind of person who eats badly, whether it be McDonald's, whether it be it doesn't matter what it is. If you're the kind of person that eats badly and you don't have a lot of control over yourself, then I'm going to guess that your mood and your mental health is not going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Okay. Let's move on to this. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
The Wellness Olympics. So here you go, David. Raise your hand if you've ever wondered whether you're supposed to drink hydrogen water while grounding barefoot in the morning sun, wearing blue light glasses after your cold plunge while tracking your HRV.
No.
That's an Olympic.
No. No, see, this is the triggered.
It's the Olympics.
This is the kind of stuff that really does not help people at all. No. This kind of nonsense, cold plunge, HRV, counting your steps and all
blue
that.
Like
seriously, who lives like that?
Really, it becomes like people have these as their routines. You almost you need your own manager actually to manage that for you.
Ooh, wow, you see this kind of stuff that people have on the internet and so on, trying to make people become obsessive like this. This is nonsense. Yeah. Nobody should be living like that. Okay, do you not have a job and some stuff to do with your life? Do you not have a life in the first place? Go watch a series on Netflix or something. Listen, life is too short for you to become so obsessed that you don't have a life anymore and your whole life is checking heart rates. Now, let me just give this to you. Imagine you're counting your calories. You're making notes of all the grains you've eaten. You're checking your HRV. You did your cold plunge. You did your, morning salute to the sun and so on. And
hydrogen water.
Hydrogen water, correct. And then you walk across the street and a truck runs you over. Life is too short.
Oh, no.
You walk across the street and a truck runs you over. What are we talking about here, guys? Seriously.
I know. And so it's... I think the danger can be believing in the tools, that they know us better than we know ourselves.
Yeah.
So, the tools are good. We need to check our blood pressure. We need to check our blood sugar. We need those tools.
We need to check our blood pressure. We need to check our blood sugar. Absolutely. All right?
Yeah.
If you're checking it every 10 minutes, that's a problem.
I know it does become obsessive. I don't do that, but my dad did that when he had a heart attack. See, he was really obsessive about it. So something tragic like that can make somebody obsessive. But that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other level of your I guess I am human, you know. So I don't know. Sorry, that kind of might have brought it down a little bit, but I just remembered that when you said obsessive and checking your blood pressure was like, oh, I just remember seeing him just checking it all the time. But
yes, to keep it under control, I understand that, especially if there's been a negative event. But then you have to look at the other part of it. The other part of it is that the more you worry about something, it is the same energy as drawing that thing towards you, huh?
Yes, exactly. And it did. Yeah.
So when you start worrying about stuff, you're actually creating the perfect situation where that stuff is going to come to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed on that. That's like a mental kind of thing, obsessiveness.
So to answer your question, no, I don't sit down and count calories and doing all that stuff. I'm like, seriously, like why? Because now you're moving into the realm of making yourself physically well but mentally sick.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Okay, so let's go on to this, which might make this into this. So, what about the expert problem? Everyone is an expert online. Yesterday they're saying sell crypto. Yesterday coffee's bad for you. Drink tea. What is happening?
Okay, just so that we're clear, everything is bad for you depending on how you use it.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Broccoli can be bad for you. If you eat a ton of broccoli or 7 pounds of broccoli, it might be bad for you. I'm just going to say that.
Your digestive tract, yeah.
Everybody's an expert. That is correct. And they don't listen to people who are actually experts. You want to become an expert? Let's just use evidentiary laws in a court system.
Okay.
For you to be an expert or court expert or witness or medical expert in something, you need to have 3 years to 4 years undergraduate learning about the subject, postgraduate understanding of the subject. That means that you deep dive into that thing. Okay? So do you have a master's degree? The reason why you become an expert at the master's and the doctorate level is because you would have had to have deep dived into that subject for such a period of time. Okay? And you would have had to contribute to the knowledge of that subject. Okay?
Yeah.
So you either write a thesis, you do a publication, right? Or you do some clinicals and stuff like that. That's what makes you an expert by evidentiary rules. Or you write a book on the subject as an example. Okay? But if you watch 3 YouTube videos, and then you're advising your entire family, this is exactly what you should be doing with your life, and this is exactly what you should be doing with your diet, I would caution you here.
Yeah, because guess what happens? The people who are credentialed become flooded with all the other people out there who think that they're experts at what they're talking about, right?
Yes, there's nothing worse.
It's easier to be that person that can just be, oh, I know a little bit about this. Let me talk about it, instead of the people that are really credentialed.
Amy, that is the danger of social media, you know.
Yes, I know.
Because depending on who the person is that's using social media, right, they can actually do a lot of public harm. I see a lot of influencers on social media telling people a bunch of nonsense that absolutely will land them in public health crises, right? Cause public health crises. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Because they think they know. Okay? You have influencers telling people crazy, crazy stuff, especially the toxic influencers. These people are toxic. And from a mental health perspective, they're telling people nonsense such as break up with your spouse or whatever. You think that's going to help people?
No, deal with it.
You think that's going to help people? People online posting other people's videos who are toxic as hell. Okay? And information is only as good as the source that it comes from.
Yes.
It's only as good as the source is come from. Stop giving people these medical advice, because stop giving people medical advice over Instagram. Seriously, people. Right? Because you have no idea about the genetic makeup, the biological makeup of the person who's going to be watching your post. Okay, there is not one panacea for everybody. Okay, so I could sit here and tell you, my routine is that I'm going to take some apple cider vinegar and I'm going to absolutely mix it with some turmeric and so on and ingest it. There are situations where that thing is toxic to people.
Yeah.
I hate the apple cider vinegar post. There are situations where people will take apple cider vinegar, mix it with turmeric and so on, especially if they're undergoing chemotherapy. There are certain kinds of cancer therapies where that mixture becomes extremely toxic.
Ooh. Yeah, true.
But so why y'all promoting this on social media? It will work for the majority of the population, but there is a section of the population it won't work for. And do you really want that blood on your hands?
Yeah, I don't think they care. Because you know what? Sometimes when you're scrolling, you see them dressed in like a doc, because you go buy these doctor, outfits. We'll call them outfits. Okay, doctor scrubs. And you can buy them at Walmart and you could put it on and you could have fake degrees behind you or whatever. And it really does. People think that they're real. I'm Dr. Amy, and I'm here to tell you, about, I don't know, how to care for your feet. I don't know. So what are we supposed to believe? Because I do see the real videos. They are actually in their doctor's offices. This chiropractor that I follow, you can tell she's in her office and that she has real clients because they look real.
Yes.
So
if somebody is on Instagram and so on, I don't give people medical advice or any kind of advice on social media. I don't care what it is. But if you are a conscientious person, you should be able to research that person. So I could tell anybody in this audience, you guys could go look at my LinkedIn online, and you can tell, because my certificates are verifiable, right, where I have studied and what I have studied. Okay?
Yeah.
This is the reason why LinkedIn was created, to stop this nonsense. But nobody checks for people on LinkedIn. If somebody is a professional and they're working within healthcare or they're working within business or whatever else, they will have a profile on LinkedIn theoretically. Those profiles on LinkedIn, you can't lie on LinkedIn very easily, because LinkedIn actually links your certificates for a lot of this stuff, right? So guys, when it is that somebody's talking on social media, go check out their LinkedIn. And they shouldn't be afraid to have a LinkedIn profile.
That's a good point. That is a very good point that you just said. Go check them out on LinkedIn.
Yes. And the problem with the wellness professionals. They're not on LinkedIn.
Oh, guys, girls, get out there. Make a LinkedIn profile.
Make a LinkedIn profile, because it says to people that you are serious about the profession. If you just jump on social media and you're talking a bunch of stuff, and then you're telling people they should do this, they should do that, right? You're just talking air, really, because the truth of the matter is that your advice could end up hurting somebody.
Yes, and put it in your Instagram, a link to go check it out. That's
correct.
So good.
There are supplements which are very, very good. I'm not going to lie to tell you, right? Listen, there are supplements which are very good. I studied nutrition. There are supplements which are very good, like apple cider vinegar is a very good supplement. Okay?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I'm telling you that not for everyone. For everyone. It's not indicated for everyone.
Hurts my tummy sometimes.
Yeah. You think you should be concerned about that there?
Anyway. Yeah. And it was like, I think I might have taken too much. Okay, let's move on to okay, this will be probably in the spiritual realm, so to speak. So is every feeling something to heal? Now, here's a funny observation. Sure. Sometimes you're not energetically blocked. Sometimes you just need a nap.
A what?
A nap.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think everything that's blocked is energetically blocked, but sometimes I'm just freaking tired, right? So does everything need a diagnosis?
Here's the thing. You can fall into hypochondria if you think that everything is blocked and so on. It's kind of like the hypochondriacs that are believing that everything is some illness that's happening. Oh, I feel fatigued today. I totally have cancer. No, actually, you're just tired. Okay.
Right. Or sadness is just sadness. Why can't it
sadness, maybe. Yeah. That might just be like what we used to call that back in the Middle Ages, humor. Right? Yeah. Right. So yeah, they used to call sadness melancholy.
Oh, melancholy. Okay? Yeah.
All right. So it was one of the humors. All right. And so you just may be sad. Like the brain is like that.
The brain is like that. And I don't know. Does every emotion require a fixing of the emotion?
What I cannot stand is when people, influencers and people on Instagram and so on say, well, my healing journey. What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. All right.
Okay.
There are some people that have been healing for the last 30 years.
Yes.
Look, there are some people on Instagram and on TikTok and so on who've been healing for the last 30 years. If you are healing for that long, everybody's healing process is different. I'm going to say that, first of all. Some people, it might take 30 years. But weaponizing, first of all, and merchandising your pain and trauma over social media for monetary gain is not healing.
Yeah.
You're looking for attention. You have your stuff out there. People are looking at your stuff. 2020, I'm healing, everybody. Right?
Yeah.
2026, I'm still healing. Listen to me very carefully. That stuff begins to get old because what you're doing is you're getting a secondary benefit from whatever trauma or illness that you went through. The secondary benefit is that you are getting attention and possibly monetized from the social media platform you are on. And I find that unfortunate. And let's not even talk about the trauma marketers.
Oh God. Wait, but wait a minute. Wait. Take a breath. Also, people like to keep you in that situation because if they keep you and I want to say like keep you in that state of why are you always sad? Let's work on your sadness. Let's work on this emotion. Let's work on it. Keeps you in that loop and you just loop and loop for 30 years, not realizing that once you step out and you look in, you're like, Jesus, I put the puzzle pieces together.
There are people who are trauma marketers. They get online and they're like, well, if you're a woman like me, then you are traumatized.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the trauma that you have that you don't even know about. Right? And then the audience is like, Amy's totally right. I'm traumatized. And then it's like, why are you trauma marketing? But don't worry. All your trauma can go away because I'm selling a little course online that will teach you how to reconnect with yourself and your higher purpose and so on. Give me a break. Give me a break. Seriously. I hate these people. I hate that stuff. I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
Stop trauma marketing to people.
Yeah. And guess what happens when you're inside those places? They're not really vulnerable about their own traumas. They just want to hear yours. And so I had to question that. I'm like, well, you can say the word trauma. Okay, so we're in this container or whatever you want to call it, that the words that they use. But yet, you're not really speaking about yours and how you got through it. But you want me to speak about mine and be vulnerable. Oh, you're so vulnerable. What?
Correct.
What is
Correct. Right. This is not Alcoholics Anonymous where we're sharing stories.
Yeah, but that's what needs to happen.
Yes.
Don't we learn from each other's stories?
Yes, but Amy, you and I are both trained in group dynamics, right? Most people are not trained. So what they do is they trauma market. They take trauma from people and they make them weaker so that these people pay them money.
Yes, that's
ridiculous, and it's a disgusting practice. It absolutely is, right?
And they may not even know that they're doing it, but we're just calling them out. You'll see it when you know it.
No, I have no problem calling these people out. I don't care who gets upset, right? I don't care who gets upset. There's a whole bunch of people, and if you are one of these people who is saying, "Is he talking about me?" Yes, I'm talking about you.
Yes, yes, I know.
I am absolutely talking about you. Stop the trauma marketing. You are taking trauma from people. Yeah. You are monetizing it for your own benefit, right? And then you're marketing it and you're spreading the trauma around so that people get infected by secondary inhalation of people's trauma. And then they begin to think that they are also in the class of people who are traumatized and put down and so on. Okay. So whether it is the alpha bros on the internet saying some nonsense like, oh, men have it hard in society, men suicide rate is high and so on, and then the men think, yeah, I really have it hard. You didn't know that you had it hard before you saw the social media post. Or whether it's women who saying, oh, men are continually putting us down and so on, and then you're like, you're right. Well, men are continually putting us down. Cut the shit. Really, I'm sorry. I have to say this nonsense.
And change your algorithm, because you're going to keep getting those things that reinforce what you're believing. Correct. Remember that too. So change your algorithm.
Social media really is like the universe, right? Yeah. Whatever you put out there comes back to you 1,000-fold. So there is that.
So go look at fluffy kitties or funny dogs and funny videos, and you'll get a nice... or memes, and you'll get a nice feed come back to you, Okay. So let's go on to spiritual consumerism.
Eesh.
Okay. Here we go. People collecting crystals and oracle cards and going to retreats and energy tools. Okay. So at what point are we collecting spiritual experiences instead of living spiritual lives?
I've been to certain people's houses. It looked like a new age spiritual shop.
Oh, shop. Yeah.
Because they have crystals for everything. If you have a spiritual tool in your house that you're not using, that is collecting dust, and I think everybody who's watching this probably has that tool. You're not using the tool. You're not actively using the tool. Why don't you give it to somebody who actually uses the tool?
Yeah.
A lot of us have tools in our house that we're not using.
Yeah.
Okay. Give it to somebody who will actually utilize that tool. I don't care whether it's a crystal or a wand or something, right? But it's collecting dust in your house.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the other thing about people who like to collect. Look at my spiritual library with 1,000 books. And I should be the last one to talk because all my books have turned digital, right?
Oh, you did?
Right. I turned all the books digital, right? So my library is over 20,000 plus books, more than that. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Have I read them all? No. I'm in the process of, however.
Yeah. I
right. But here's the thing. The way I look at things is like, if you have a bunch of books in your house, give it to somebody to read. Educate people. Let people know that you have these tools. You can use my tool. I've finished using it or whatever the case may be, right? Don't have it like just gathering dust on your shelf, right?
I know. Good point. I mean, yeah, give it away. Yeah. I love that because I do like crystals, but I couldn't tell you the names of most of them. I just like them because they're pretty
They're pretty.
shiny. Yeah, right? Is that
There's
how
nothing.
that's how I pick them out?
This is the thing. This is the thing. The cognitive dissonance that happens when somebody walks into a metaphysical shop. They walk in as a spiritualist.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you want a crystal for healing.
Yeah.
But you don't like the color purple.
Oh, yes.
Let's say you want a crystal for healing and you don't like the color purple or pink, right? You're going to walk straight past the amethyst area.
Yeah, because I don't like purple.
I don't like purple. It doesn't go with my decor, right? How superficial is that? Okay, you want a crystal for healing, but you just walk past the amethyst rack and you say, "Oh, is there anything else that could be used for healing?" When amethyst has always been, throughout decades, to be the crystal that is used for healing, but it's purple, so yeah, now that'll throw off my whole decor in the house. So
yeah, don't do. Yeah,
right. Crystals are not supposed to be pretty; they're supposed to be functional. If you are using them in a metaphysical sense. Right.
Well, what if I am?
What?
What if I am? Here's Mike. Can I just tell you what I do when I go into a crystal and I go into this guy's?
Sure.
Okay. I look around. I look at everything he has. It's huge. And I pick it. I think, oh, okay, this one. Okay, I like you. You're pretty and you're kind of like, I don't know, you're kind of cool looking. So then I look up, what is this crystal all about? Then I look up and it's like, on point. Oh, on point. Okay. Do you see the difference?
Yeah, I see the difference because you're actually connecting to something. You're not just looking. You're not coming with some vague idea of what you want.
Like my neck hurts.
Choosing it based on choosing
what
it based
crystals
on
for my neck. Yes.
Correct.
So it's kind of cool doing it that way because it's like, oh my gosh, okay.
Most people don't do it that way, Amy. I'm telling you that right now. People walk into crystal stores and they're like,
specific.
I want a crystal for, I don't know, reconnecting to the self, but I want it in blue. You don't get it.
But I want it in blue. Show me a crystal. Oh, God. Okay. All right.
And the thing about it is that these crystal manufacturers, now here's the thing. Not all crystals are sourced ethically. We know that.
Right.
Some of them are sourced unethically. But most people tend to go into these shops and they buy things and they don't care about anything else, right?
Right.
And as an example, Palo Santo is a tree that's endangered right now because everybody wants to burn that stuff.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It is. It's an endangered tree right now. Because it smells good when you light it on fire, right?
It's hard to light, though. Why is it so hard to light and keep it?
Because it's a piece of wood, Amy.
I know, but it's like, okay, I have to keep lighting it. But you're right; it does smell great.
But people don't think about that part. They just want the Palo Santo, right? So there is that aspect. And I don't know why crystals have to look pretty for them to be functional. Because if they came from the earth and you're Mother Gaia and so on, I don't think the earth makes pretty little round things or little heart-shaped things, okay?
Oh,
Probably the earth does that, right? But in terms of the prettiness and so on, I see people polishing them, putting glaze over them and so on. And I'm like...
Yeah, I don't mind. I know. I don't mind those ones just because I don't have a lot of them, but...
You know how many people own malas? Malas are the little beaded necklaces.
Yeah.
And have never recited.
Oh,
not even Gayatri Mantra. They haven't even done that 108 times. And the mala is a functional aid for meditation and for devotion. It is a functional aid for meditation and devotion. How many people own malas and have never recited Gayatri Mantra 108 times?
I have. Because you had a class on it. And I did it. Okay, David, we had to take a little break there for a few long minutes. But I remember what you were talking about, and it was the mala beads. Now, I remember that I was told that mala beads I use in kuchikiri. Yes or no? I mean, I use them.
Mala beads, the mala is the East Indian version of what you would find as a rosary, okay?
Yeah.
So mala beads, a mala is usually some derivative of the number 9, usually 108 beads.
Yeah.
And it is used as a focus tool for meditation, and it is used for visualization in some traditions, but usually as a focus tool for meditation and so on. It saves you from having to count 1 and then reciting the whole Gayatri Mantra, 2, reciting the whole Gayatri Mantra. You just simply go through it. But I can guarantee you that it keeps your mind on track, and it's actually a very good practice. There's actually practical application because your mind becomes entranced and you don't have to think of it. So it's tactile as well.
Yes.
It's tactile, and it's also very practical, and it has a very important, how should I say, psychological and mental application to it.
Yeah, that's probably why I like the rosary so much.
Yes.
I love saying it as a child. I didn't mind it. My siblings, not so much. But for some reason, it did take me into this kind of meditative state.
You see, Christianity and most religions, they have their own version of meditative practice. They wouldn't call it that. They would call it prayer. But it's their own kinds of meditative practice. But all of these things are useless to you if they're just hanging in your house and you're not actually using them for the thing that they were actually made for, right?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to start doing that because I really do love saying the rosary, even though they're the Christian prayers. But who cares?
Correct.
Who cares?
It's all about the application, right? So all the cosmetic stuff that people have in their houses no.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the loneliness epidemic.
The loneliness epidemic. Tell me about that.
Well, because, maybe that's why people are online all the time. And, they're online, but they don't know their neighbor. So can wellness and spirituality have this type of isolation?
Yes, I think so. So most people decide to go on a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
And their mind changes. Okay. They see things differently. So it's kind of like your kids going off to university. They have friends that they grew up with. Yes. But when they come back from university, where their minds are in critical thinking and where their friends are completely different.
Yes.
So for people who are taking any kind of course of study, whether it be spirituality or whatever else, your mind is going to move you apart from where your friends would have been. And so there is a distancing that happens in terms of the psycho-spiritual awareness. People think differently. They no longer engage in self-destructive behaviors and so on. So yeah, there is that. And there's a difference in maturity from somebody who is spiritually aware. So somebody who is spiritually aware is not going to be too apt to do self-destructive things like drinking and so on, and not apt to do a lot of things that would normally be their mode of operation when it is that they don't have that awareness on board.
Yeah. So do you think that people join communities because they are lonely?
Yes, for sure. Wellness, becoming a wellness enthusiast or a spiritual enthusiast, it isolates you because I'm sure that the people around you are not going to be thinking the same way you are thinking.
Yeah. But that can become an echo chamber within the community. So let's say, because you're supposed to grow, right? And you're supposed to, sometimes your friends go away and sometimes they come back maybe years later. and make new friends, but can community become an echo chamber where you can't, it's like that loop again. You can't get out of it because you're so entrenched in it.
It's kind of funny. Most people want to expand.
Yeah.
You expand when you interact with people, you see how they think. It's like kind of like traveling the world. Your understanding of different cultures, different people expands.
Yeah.
However, if you are going to be putting yourself into a community with people that are like-minded, this is the danger of like-mindedness.
Yeah.
If you are like me, one of the reasons, Amy, we've been friends for so long is because you are very different than I am by far. From the sparkly curtain to the sunglasses, you and I are very different. And you make me grow because I thought of myself as a serious person until I met Amy, everybody. And so, this is the kind of thing that people help you grow and adapt. Okay?
Yeah.
And so there is good in that. But most people usually try to enter these echo chambers where everybody says the same thing. They stay in the same place and everybody's keeping each other at the same level all the time.
Yeah. Like-minded. People use these words like-minded people in our community. Why? Why
you mean
do we
people
have
that agree with you?
Yeah. Because we don't agree with each other with everything, and we're free to say that, and we don't care. I've grown calloused. It used to hurt a little bit in the beginning. but you see, he's helped me become not callous, but a little more tough to, things that I don't want to hear. I'm like, no, don't tell me that. Correct?
Yeah. There's
So
that.
you need those people
a lot
around.
of people who claim to be spiritual can't stand people disagreeing with them
I know.
because they
found that.
develop this arrogance about them, right? So, like, we're having a discussion right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of our podcasts piss off some people who are practitioners and spiritual people because we disagree with some of these practices. Trauma marketing is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Setting yourself up as somebody's guru, you should follow me because I know things is also wrong and arrogant. Okay? We know that it is wrong and arrogant. Some part of them knows that, but does that mean that they're going to take it to heart? No, because ego has a part to play in it as well. So, spiritual trends depend on the character of the individual. Okay?
Yes.
They depend on the character of the individual who's trend setting. And I hate that word. That just bugged me to say. All right. There's nothing new underneath the sun. We've been through this already.
Yeah,
People
I know.
market the pretty crystals and so on.
Yeah.
And so on. And they brand naming things. When people started to brand name yoga, it was a big deal for me. Okay? Because they started putting their names to yoga. And I'm not going to mention any yoga forms. But when you start putting your name in front of the word yoga, that means union or marriage with you. Okay? And a lot of them got caught up in different kinds of scandals anyway. So it didn't so it kind of tracks. So these are the kinds of things, right? I say to people. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's just be careful with the communities that you vet them for yourself. And also,
some of them are pretty toxic as well. You forgot to mention that.
Yeah, some of them are. Uh-huh.
Sometimes people set up echo chambers and communities.
Yeah.
Because they want to hide.
Oh, yeah.
They can't stand up to scrutiny. Because if they were out there in the public eye like you and me, you see, I'm open. I'm saying my shit, so to speak. And you can disagree with me or agree with me as the case may be. But I'm not afraid to be open. You can challenge me. You can challenge my credentials. You can challenge whatever else you want. There are some people that set up these little private communities because they can't stand up to scrutiny at all. So they won't They don't want anybody to debate them, and they get people around them who believe that they are superior to them.
Yes. Oh, I've been a part
They
of
get
that.
people in their community that believe that this person is superior to them, and because this person is superior to them, they don't challenge them on anything. And that
No,
means that that person does not grow.
no. I could go into that, but
The leader of the community does not grow because
yeah,
nobody challenges them. Everybody just agrees. And if you agree and you agree and you agree, then nobody grows because everybody just stays the same place,
yeah,
wallowing in the mud together.
yeah,
No, it's challenge and debate and discourse makes one grow.
yeah,
Okay? Trials and tribulations make one grow. But you do not grow like the moth in the cocoon, right? You do
yeah.
not grow in an environment where there is no resistance.
Exactly. That is so true. And then when you come out of that, that's when you put the puzzle pieces together. And you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize where I was. Wow. And yeah, you just have some scrutiny when you're checking out communities because you may think that you'll be able to have free speech in there and be counter. But no, you'll find out quickly.
Yes, and
So sign up for the free communities first, check it out, and then if they have a paid membership, then, if you choose.
listen to me. I think that if you're offering somebody value,
Yeah.
if you're offering somebody value, then you can say that, well, I can charge you for this if it's time and effort that you're putting into it.
Exactly.
But I do not think that that's what's happening a lot of the times.
No.
Most people pay for their own brainwashing.
Oh my gosh. Well put.
Most people pay for their own brainwashing. And the thing about it is that people talk a good game. They pretend, okay? Right? Like I've been a yoga teacher for many, many years. But you will never see me walking around with a turban. Why?
No.
You're not going to see
No.
me walking around with a turban, right? My mala is not on screen right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
People generally tend to talk a good game until it comes to scrutiny. So if you're a spiritual leader, and I'm going to say this to everybody in the audience, if your spiritual leader is not exposing themselves
Yeah.
to the wider public and open to scrutiny, whether it be people making mean comments online and so on, then that person is not about that life. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. You can't tell an aesthetic in India, oh, don't go to the market, people will judge you. No, we don't care about that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't care about that. But a lot of these people hide in their communities. They run and they hide in little corners of the internet. And you know what? We usually put out an open. I respect the people who come on my podcast and stuff like that. I respect them because these people are willing to put themselves on the line based on their knowledge. But there are other people who are out there that are in little communities that are afraid. They're
Yeah.
afraid that somebody might ask them a question where they might actually have to know something.
Yeah. Or wait, this goes to my last question for this segment. Ready?
Tell me.
This is what's cool because this is kind of what I do. I'm like, are we afraid to say, I don't know? I say that a lot. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know a number of things. There's a
Right.
whole bunch of things. Every day that I wake up, I find more stuff that I don't know about.
I know.
I had to enroll today. Like you were right there. I had to enroll today in a Red Cross online learning course to learn first aid for opioid abuse.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to enroll in that course because I don't know anything about it. So I had to enroll in that course, but I'm not afraid to say I don't know anything about it because I certainly don't use opioids. So you know what?
Right.
I certainly don't use opioids. So these are the kinds of things that if you don't know something, go learn it, right? What you don't do is pretend like you know stuff, okay?
Right. Don't feel pressure and that you have to explain everything. Because I say I don't know, but I got a gut feeling or I have a feeling about it, but that's about it. I don't know about that, but I can tell you about children because I know about that.
Correct.
So, right, a mother.
And I definitely don't know anything about children.
No,
So
you don't. I had to teach you so much. But this has been great.
yeah.
All right. So, what are some of your last thoughts here?
Guys, wellness and spirituality are supposed to be functional.
Yeah.
So if you do not have a functional spirituality, meaning that it should operate when things are good and it should be applicable. So when you are stressed, things are bad at work and so on, you should be able to apply your wellness and your spirituality to that thing.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the first thing. Wellness and spirituality are not cosmetic things. You can't just buy a crystal, have it collecting dust in your home, and hope that, yeah, I will totally be okay at the end.
Oh, no.
Right? Because this crystal is there, so it'll be okay. Right?
Yeah.
This is a practical, these are practical sciences. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And notice that I call wellness and spirituality a science because there's a practice that you have to go through. Right? You can say that, well, I'm a spiritual person. Okay, why?
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Yeah.
Right? So wellness and spirituality is also not a grandstanding affair. So you can say, okay, I know fitness, I do fitness, and it's worked for me, right?
Yeah.
So I can tell you on Instagram, every one of you, every little fingerprint of a human that you are, what is good for each and every one of you. No. What is good for one person is not going to be good for another person. Okay. Right. And I know this because I test people's DNA, and some people do not have the tendon strength to do HIIT workouts, HITT workouts, and so on. They don't have the tendon strength for that. Right. Some people do not have the DNA for long endurance type marathon type activity. They just don't. So guys,
that's me.
One size does not fit all when it comes to wellness and spirituality. Absolutely. And the last thing that I want to say is the online gurus and so on. Yeah. If you guys are watching this, what y'all are doing is hurting people. Okay, a lot of y'all are hurting people. Y'all give a lot of advice. Some of it is really, really toxic stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Especially those online gurus who are talking about relationships and so on. One size does not fit all. You're giving narcissists ammunition.
Oh, yes.
You're giving the narcissist ammunition to use against their spouses when you get online and you spout a bunch of toxic stuff that has no basis in psychological reality. Okay?
Yeah.
And so people are getting beaten over the head with a bunch of nonsense that you spout online. So you guys got to be careful with that stuff. I suppose that's my wrap up for today.
Well, I'd like to say that you don't have to believe anything David and I say here. We're just sharing, right? We're sharing our different perspectives of things, and it's fun. And let's make spirituality and wellness fun. I think it can be fun.
It can.
I think it can, and I'm going to show you at the end here why it can be fun. Okay. Also, just a few pointers. Don't outsource your thinking. How about you borrow some ideas, test them, and keep what is for you?
Correct.
Keep what's for you. So to end it, guess what? I don't know why, but I keep my tarot cards. I don't really use these, but today I'm going to pull a card.
Okay.
This is what I mean about fun. Now, I know nothing. I would have to look in the book to see what it means, but I know, David, you probably know what everyone in these means.
I don't know what deck you're using, so I wouldn't know anything. I don't know. See how easy that was? I just admitted I don't know.
It's the Rider-Waite. It's the Rider.
You're using Rider-Waite?
Yeah. So let's pull a card for everybody because spirituality can be fun. And, let's see. Oh my God, this is exciting.
Oh God. I'm afraid that.
Oh my God. The Fool.
The Fool card on Rider-Waite symbolizes the journey The fool takes his time to go about his life, and he encounters all the other characters in the Rider-Waite deck. The fool is the card of the beginning.
Yes.
Okay? It doesn't mean that you're stupid, audience. No, it doesn't. The fool basically means that you this is the beginning of something new, something great, something expansive. So for those of you who are starting new beginnings, we certainly are. We're starting the Roundtable Wellness Guild.
Yes. Yeah,
we certainly are. That is so weird that you pull that card.
That is
right.
So weird. That is
right.
So
weird. The fool is starting new beginnings, new journeys, and so on. Some of you are starting on different kinds of paths in your life, and yeah, we want to encourage you. And if your journey is a spiritual or wellness journey, be aware that empowerment is the end of that journey. It is the beginning, middle, and end of that journey. That's where you're going. We're not outsourcing anything to anybody. We're not trying to mimic anybody. We don't have a bunch of cosmetics in our home. Amy just used the tarot cards. That's very good.
Yes.
We applaud you on that, Amy. And guys,
I have to bring fun.
Make sure you become the fool in terms of the journey, but don't become the fool in terms of, other things.
Yeah. He's kind of cute, though. Okay.
Okay. The fool is cute. Okay.
The fool is cute. Okay. Until next time.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.